Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is a custom 1v1 between Isen and Keyser on a new map made by Chosen. Here's Keyser playing UEF, and he's against UEF as well in Isen. So yeah, new map called Amour by Chosen. This is the first time I've seen it. I haven't seen any other games on it. Oh, look at that. Not sure what that is supposed to represent, but they look kind of cool. Little bushes. Or are they ferns? So, well, let's take a look. We have quite a lot of mexes on this map here. I'm not sure where the spawns are. I guess there's 4 spawns on this map. But yeah, there's a lot of mass, quite a lot of mass, decent amount in the opening base, so it looks like it could be 2v2 map. This is quite interesting here. This may look close to the AC, but it's pretty far away. And so this looks like a very exposed position, having a plateau as well next to your base. Never good. Although there is some cover here, so you can't just put T2BDs, I think, into the base. Yeah, T2BD wouldn't reach anyway, but maybe T2 artillery, T3 artillery up here could reach the base, most likely. Be surprised if it couldn't, so that's quite an interesting feature. We have quite a bit of terrain to go around, not much in the middle. We have a couple of hydros. We don't have too much mass there. I mean, there is quite a bit of mass there, but there's also quite a bit on the sides. So it'll be interesting where the ACU goes for these two guys. Let's see. Keyser is going second area, not surprising. Wouldn't be surprised at second area at all on this map here. Isen is going for, well, he's gonna run out. Yeah, does not have mass for this. I don't know, I say this a lot, but you can't do this kind of build without reclaim, without mass reclaim. You're gonna need a few hundred mass to pull that build off, so Keyser's done the correct thing. Actually, whoa, he's rushed to transport. That's quite strange on a 10x10 map. But he's surely gonna take this. He could also drop in one of the expansions. Looks like the map would be split, as in Keyser should be getting the right side. So these bases are closer to him than these bases, obviously, so it feels like Keyser should be going this way. Maybe his AC should go here or here. Maybe he should go up the center and then cover somewhere around here, or even push forward. We do have that drop. It's nice 3 mexes, also quite a bit of reclaim around this position, so I would be getting a factory here for sure. Looks like Keyser just wants to reclaim, but I would want a factory here because this is such an exposed position. He's also dropped on this Titan wreck. I believe it's a Titan, could be a loyalist. Whatever it is, it's gone now. And he drops here as well. He is going to build a factory there, and look at that, we already have a raid straight to this plateau, unsurprising. Ooh, juicy rocks in this pond here. Those are some ditch rocks. 175 mass. And there a lot of mass here as well. Okay, there's quite a bit of reclaim on this map. Actually, if you do this, you'll see there's 13,000 in the labels. Minus whatever Keyser and Isen have already taken, which is, what, a few hundred? Oh, about 1,000 each, so yeah, there's over 15,000 mass. Keyser's still in the base, getting nice double adjacency with his factories, and already making 2 T2 mexes, wow. Unfortunately, he's not defending his expansion here, and he has very few units. I think his factories have been idle. Oh no, he upgraded a mech here. That's awful. That is really bad. Has been paused now. But this will not survive. You can see Isen just has far more units. 4 tanks! Holy shit. Turn on your factories, Geezer. There we go, now he's turned them on. Just realized they were idle. And he's going quickly to T2 air, okay. Well, the map doesn't look too pretty for him right now, thanks to those idle factories. But he has a lot more mass. He's been doing much better in the reclaim. He has missed some nice bits here. And he's trying to save his expansion, and he's actually going to do it. Still has an engineer here as well. Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, the tanks get away in 12 HP. But yeah, this is not what you want to see. Almost, 6 minutes in. Isen here. Very slow getting mexes. Now I will say this is probably, or almost definitely, the first time these guys have played the maps, which always is going to harm your performance quite a bit if it's your first time on a map. But this expansion is insanely slow. I mean, it's geriatric at this point. Keezer's expanding not very much, but he is making eco in his base. Isen making a little bit of eco. His ACU only leaving the base now. He has so many units. If he had just sent engineers earlier, he could have this expansion probably. Could definitely have this already. But they are figuring out the map, so let's see what happens with this fast T2 air. Well, now we have a lot of engineers coming out. I've been there, spamming T2 engineers out my T2 factory. It's a bit of a waste. 500 mass in engineers now. Instead of half a P-gen. More drops coming. Keezer really wants these mexes, but he doesn't want to have to defend them, so he'll just let them die and then quickly drop and rebuild them. And he's even going to drop this expansion, expecting that there will be no tanks, or hoping, and his hopes are going to be satisfied. T2 land, perhaps? I would be making T2 land right now, especially with double adjacency in the base. A lot of mexes. Got to see some T2 land pretty quick. Keezer now has some amount of spam going. He has some tanks, and he is finally going to lose this expansion. It's amazing he held on to it for so long, honestly. But there it is, it's gone. Oh, that's a shit ton of T2 engineers. Man, look at that. What is building? Well, it's the Janus, obviously. What else would you make with T2R? Gunships? Never. So Keezer takes the expansion. He doesn't have anything else queued up, which worries me. He needs some PD. Needs a lot of things. And Isen is going to lose his tanks here after this raid. But the front, that's a larger army than Keezer can deal with right now. His AC is still in the base. It's low style. But here comes the Janus. Oh, the fire. Burning. Here come the inties. Where's Keezer's inties? Well, he has 4 whole inties. He is going to lose that first Janus. But not before it kills some tanks. Oof. Got at least 3 kills there. It looks like Keezer will lose air. But Isen doesn't exactly have a huge air force. So losing a small air fight like that is not the end of the world. Actually, Keezer's somehow winning. No, he's not. He mismicroed. Oh, therefore he loses. But here comes 3 more Janus. Where did they come from? They can win air all on their own. They're quite good fighters, actually, as well as being napalm bombers. Isen with superior map control. T2 land is finished. Support factories should be upgrading right now. These 3 factories here should be going to T2 with that epic double adjacency with T2 mexes. Janus are working on this raid and removing it from the premises. This expansion has been regained, and Geezer could be taking out this expansion. Well, it's unlikely. No, he wouldn't be able to kill the factory with 4 tanks, but he could do some damage. Oh my god, 2 HP transport. Did that get bombed by the Janus, I wonder? I don't know. This expansion now going down. Can he save the factory? Janus does a little pirouette. Pirouettes again. And then sprays that napalm at high velocity towards some unsuspecting tank commanders. Janus went off map there, saved its life for a time. Whoa, that's a lot of Janus now. Let's see how many he has. 11! That's so many. 11 Janus. I wonder what's going on in the base right now. I feel like with 11 Janus, it might be time to head to the base. Can you imagine 11 Janus landing on this base? This T2 Pigeon obviously will die. I mean, in one pass, pretty sure he could kill the T2 land HQ actually. That many Janus, so surely. Could also kill the few inties that are here. There's not that many. And yeah, it might be time. And that would be so crushing. There's no anti-air, is there? No, there is no anti-air at all. A lot of mass here for Isen. He really needs. Yeah, we get some air production coming up. Lack of adjacency, and only 1 engineer building them means it's going to be pretty slow. A minute and a half to build all those factories. The raids are getting mercilessly crushed by Janus, but is that the best use for them? A single gunship could probably do all that work, and the Janus could be doing other things. I was afraid he was going to bomb his own units there. You can see the Janus just kill the inties because they have quite a good alpha strike on their anti-air, so they can kill inties quite quickly. Holy shit, there's so many. 13, 14 for a moment, and now there's anti-air going up in the on the front with just a T1 ACU. He does not have an upgrade, and also Isen is building them next to each other. Of course, the napalm will kill all that anti-air at once if it gets targeted, because it is very close to each other. Geezer can't hold on to any expansion, but it's kind of a similar story for Isen. He can't keep any of his units alive versus the Janus because he just does not have the anti-air necessary to take them out. That's a static flak though. A very nice unit. Now it doesn't take 7 years to build. It should be built more often, more regularly. Watch these Janus win this air fight. Ridiculous. That's a pretty good unit. And this expansion is engulfed in flames. A mech in a factory survives for a time. Well, that factory, there's not going to be anything left of that. But imagine this base could have been attacked quite a long time ago. It looks like... Actually, wait. Keyser is now going to the base. Some ferry order. Okay, here he comes. And he's going after the power. He's going after build power. There is a shield now protecting the P-gens. And there's a lot of inties fighting these Janus. Keyser has built no inties. He's just made Janus. And the P-gens are damaged. One more bomb should take them out. Well, we're getting many more bombs and they are very dead. However, there's a flak out. There's a second flak. And there's anti-air and a lot of inties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 air factories building interceptors. This one has assistance. That's basically an extra factory or factory and a half in the assistance. And the Janus have been killed. There's 2 left. The P-gens have died, but only the T2 P-gens. The T1 P-gens are basically all still alive. And you can see that there's a lot of mass now. Janus are not very good at hitting small targets. Unfortunately for Keyser. And now, if we look, Isen now has decent army, and he has also lost his map control, of course. The left and right side, there's gunships all over, being very annoying. But Keyser does not have the same air production as Isen, who has now replaced one of his P-gens, and so can turn back on his factories. Just basically 0 power, so he's fine to well, maybe he should wait until he finishes the second one, I guess. A lot of gunships here have just come in, sniped 2 flaks of Isens, and now they will go to work. There's not much else defending the base. Oh well, here we have some pillars have returned from the right side somewhere. And the Janus is probably gonna just kill some of Keyser's own units. Oh no, it expertly dodged most of the friendly fire there. And that turned into a mass donation pretty quickly, has to be said. Also air. The air looks to have been lost by Isen. And there are so many empty mech spots. This is really crazy. You can see this expansion is dead. These mechs is dead. All of these, this whole expansion, this right side here. I mean, there's probably as many empty mech spots as there are ones filled with mexes. And Keyser is moving to T3. And you notice the timing here, as right after his opponent donated mass and lost a significant amount of their army, Keyser's pressure has been relieved, and he has mass in the bank and just enough power, so it's time to go T3. He has the time and he has the mass, and those are the 2 things you need. A lot of gunships walking towards the flak here, which is actually running away from them as well. Kiting is important for a lot of units, including flak. These gunships are very low HP and need to be repaired on an air staging platform. These tanks have been sitting here for God knows how long. Maybe they will eventually be killed now. The single pillar will make the difference in this fight. Also, the flak can tank some damage as well, potentially. But yeah, the pillar is really the one doing the heavy lifting in this fight. Keyser walking forward with his vanilla ACU. That's a lot of... Are these all burned or what? They may have been the victim of a aerial burning bombing. T2 transport should be used for certain T3 units, I think, that are about to come out of this factory. Isen with a significant mass lead. He has taken back the map control. That's a lot of mexes he has. Let's see, we have 16 T1 and 12 T2, yeah. 8 T2, 10 T1, so far more for Isen. And actually, Keyser is of course getting raided here. Completely unsurprising. Gotta recognize how vulnerable this position is. Keyser has no access to this area, so in reality this is Isen's expansion at this point. Nice drop of 6 pillars, but it's slightly late. It's not gonna and actually they're running away, so maybe they will. Some of these units may escape, and now we have engineers going to be loaded into this transport to reclaim those T2 mexes. So much mass here that's not been taken, but yeah, what's going on? Isen has invested in upgrades. Keyser has not. Isen isn't really using his upgrades very much. He's using them for protection. AC is going to be a lot safer with upgrades. T2 and the gun protecting him from potentially air and land. Quite a big army, much bigger than Keyser's. In the middle, Keyser has to retreat away from this and bring in his T3 units in support. He has Titans out and they're being sent on raiding missions. He should be moving still towards this. There's a lot of damage to be done here. Upgrading mexes. 1 upgraded here, 2 upgraded here. They should be running through and killing everything. 1 T1 PD is not going to stop 3 Titans. Neither is this tiny army of T1 units. Keyser retreats to the left here, down towards his main base. Isen uses that opportunity to run past to the right and take out this expansion. Keyser, please hang around and kill this stuff. Oh, he waited so long that these mexes actually upgraded and got a lot more HP. But still, there's only T1 units coming after him, so he should be able to kill everything here quite easily. Reinforcements coming from the base are sent this way, but there's not enough of them. Only 1 Titan there and a couple of pillars. And Keyser needs to keep microing here. Oh, Isen has actually dropped across to here to stop the Titans from running through and killing the next mexes. He's actually now going to drop right on top of the... Oh my god. Oh, see. Where's the overcharge? No, Isen. Oh, he did actually get 1 overcharge in on this Titan, I believe, but didn't do enough damage to kill. At least I'm guessing that's what happened. Looks like Keyser will actually successfully kill all the mexes. There's the overcharge, killing 1. This mex will go down as well. So nice attempt from Isen, but didn't work out. Keyser eventually did get all the kills there. These 3 PDs will defend the expansion against all these pillars. And they won't even flinch. Look at that. Nasty. This expansion lives. The right side, however, is less safe. There's less PD. There's a lot more units heading that way. And this unit, this army, is this the one that ran? Yeah, it is. I believe... Oh wow, this Titan's still alive. Killing a T2 mex. Oh, it was distracted by a random unit. Will it kill the mex? Yes. T2 transporters don't really have great damage there. Actually, what happened was they took so long trying to kill the Titan, the Titan's shield actually regened. You can see how fast it regens. It's actually was 1/3 of the way regen there. It almost, well, it didn't almost pop back on at that time, but Previous time it did actually take so long to die that the shield regen and saved it. Which is pretty nice. This is quite a good raid. T2 support factory is going to go down. A lot of units committed here though. We have a Percy being dropped, and Keezer's doing pretty well, but he's still under pressure, still behind on mass, and has been for a long time. He has a T3 Pigeon that's very nice, and he's actually making ASF now. He has 7 Percivals. This is the most important number we have right now, I think. 7 Percys versus only 3, so Eisen's switch to T3 has been labored, and it doesn't seem to have any T3 support factories. So he really needs to well, fix this mess in his base. These T1 crappy units is not good base management. Also, should be using these factories for support factories because they have double adjacency. And he needs to put his mass into Percy's as fast as possible. Now on top of that, T3R is a problem. Keezer losing his expansion unnecessarily here, I think, because he had some units, but they were not in the right position. This army was hiding. I think this is the army that came through the middle, went up this way, and now has come back down towards the base. There's a lot of ASF already. Well, quite a few. Now once he gets maybe 15 ASF, then this cloud of inties will not pose too much of a threat to him. He can sort of micro around them. That is a huge cloud of inties though, it has to be said. How many is that? 160. Yeah. Making more of those is not going to be too useful. It's time to stop and make T3R, because Keezer could start making gunships. Well, would you look at that? T3 gunship on the way. It looks like Keezer also made a decent push forward here, gained a lot of ground, and freed up this space to be reclaimed by his engineers. He just needs to get some up there, get some factories with his ACU. And he's also taking this expansion on the right. The left expansion has lost its factory. Maybe that's the same factory it lost a long time ago. Still has 3 PDs though defending it. Isen is making T3 on his ACU now. He has some Titan Rex next to him. He should be grabbing. And there's a big cloud moving down the map with 4 gunships. ASF's taking out some gunships on the right and saving 1 engineer who's gonna take these mexes. This expansion is somehow dead for Keezer. How did these units get here? This attack on the bottom looks like it did some damage to Pigeons, but ultimately died, and did force some T2 PDs though. Eisen's air has been taken out. Well, not his air, but his gunships. And here comes the Inti Cloud. This is gonna be, yeah, you can't fight with this few ASF. I think Keezer needs to run away from this. Oh, he's turning into it. Surely this won't end well. Oh no, he's running. And he's running over 3 flaks of his own. Oh no. It's time to run. And now in behind he comes. So Isen just got away there. That was quite dangerous. Nice move from Keezer, and Isen was aware enough to retreat. That is a lot of support factories. Can he afford that? No. Definitely not. 5 T3 factories. That is ambitious on this economy. 73 mass income. Some reclaim. He needs all this reclaim very quickly if he wants to support that kind of production. We have 41,000 mass on the map right now in reclaim. Isen going back to the well. He's here to kill these mexes once again, but he has T3 gunships to contend with. And Keys are also sending some units here. T3 air. Oh. There's still no T3 P-Gen for Isen. That's a big problem for him. He needs to make one. He is making T3 mechs, which I love. Very good stuff. Although he should take this reclaim to pay for it. But yeah, T3 P-Gen should be made. He already had T3 land for a long time, so T3 P-Gen should have been made quite a while ago. It looks like Geezer's taking out some stray Percivals. Geezer will lose one of his own, but that looks like a good fight for Isen overall. Geezer, let's see how many ASF he has. Only 11. He's not going too hard on the ASF, it seems. Doesn't have too much assistance, doesn't have any support factory. He would need another P-Gen for that. Might be time to add another P-Gen here on this side. This Percy count though is very nice. 17 Percys versus 5. That's really the problem here. Again though, look at the mass income. Just far more for Isen, but he's just not transitioning to T3 land correctly. And it's really going to cost him. He does have a T3 support factory in the front here. Oh, he's making P-Gen at the front as well. Now this could end very poorly. They can see it in the distance. Well, if they can see. And that's a juicy target. Your opponent's only T3 P-Gen. Over here, Percy leading the way. Has a vet as well. Pillars can take out these crappy T1 units, and this expansion will die. It actually has T2 mexes in it. And there's a mobile artillery over here randomly. That's interesting. Oh, wow. The eco. 2 T3 mexes for Isen. And he's making another P-Gen over here. That's good. But please, production. Yeah, there we go. Now we see what we should have seen. Is there more mexes upgrading somewhere, perhaps? Or has he just run out of mass? I think he just ran out of mass, that's all. ASF production, time to start. And maybe time to reclaim some. Oh no! No! Holy shit. Now that's just extremely painful. That is extremely painful and extremely dangerous. Its whole front position now is at risk, and there's a lot of mass left behind. And wow, Keezer has so many Percys. I feel like Keezer can just move in with all his Percys now. Keezer did not make any T3 economy. He's just been putting everything into Percys, and Isen calls GG now. Well, I think we can see what went wrong here. It's just T3 land. You have to put your mass into Percys here, and well, I mean, or Titans. Titans also work, but yeah, you can see Keezer did that much more effectively. Although he maybe overbuilt his build power, you can see at this point it's the right amount, and he can use his can use it with reclaim, and that That is a lot of Percys. 25 Percys. Isen, well, we can't see now, but he never had more than 10 Percys in this game, I don't think. At one time, he was always behind in the Percy count while being always ahead in the eco. So I guess just upgrading these 3 factories faster is all that really needed to happen for him to be in a really good position. Keyser using the Janus pretty well. The T3R didn't do much for him at all, though, it has to be said. That was maybe not great. He did make a strat. The gunships didn't do too much, but overall, I think this new map from Chosen looks pretty interesting. Could have some fun games here. It's always nice to see new maps. They're competently made, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the links, and I'll see you next time.